A lot of people will be sitting at home saying, is it really as simple as that? Just eating well is going to stop me hopefully developing dementia?
Well, it probably isn't as simple as that. We do have a lot of studies that suggest that eating this kind of diet can help prevent Alzheimer's, but it's very, very hard to extrapolate from this kind of study because studies on what you eat are fraught with problems. But all the research is pointing the same way, and that's obviously going to be a very, very important factor. But it's not just diet, and you heard our colleague in the studio, it's exercise as well.
But this is the thing that everyone's talking about today, Doug. I mean, these doctors are going far as to say that changing your diet is more useful than stopping smoking and drinking, which sounds quite extraordinary. Are you recommending to people who follow your charity to change the way that they eat from today?
So the Alzheimer's Society has always said the best way we can reduce our risk of developing dementia is living a healthy lifestyle. So that is looking at our diet and following a Mediterranean diet, but also giving up excessive drinking, smoking and doing some exercise. But as was already mentioned, actually diet is not the be-all and end-all of it. And there is a lot of research that points to the various biologies that are happening in the brain that aren't amenable to changes through lifestyle. So there's a lot more we need to understand about the underlying biological mechanisms so that we can identify treatment targets, new treatments and ways of curing dementias in the future.
Now, a lot of doctors want the government to change their policy on how they deal with dementia and put healthy eating in the middle of it, something these doctors too. But it's not as simple as that, is it? Because you just can't get everyone out there to change what they're eating, can you?
Well, you can't, because there are so many barriers to change. But I think it's important. I think it's about time we realise that, yeah, it's true, we are what we eat. But, there are many other factors. There are genetics involved in Alzheimer's. There are at least 20 genes that could predispose to Alzheimer's. So there's an awful lot more work to do. But if it's as simple as healthy eating and taking more exercise, we ought to be doing it. I mean, how much evidence do we need? Even if it only makes a small difference, we should be doing it because that's going to save a lot of suffering.